Okay, this is part two of the obscene phone calls, emails, stalking, threatening, taunting, whatnot. And I guess we start off with something the sicko judge, John Mott, who took a big fat bribe, does not want to show publicly in the case file. Okay, and now this is kind of one of the points I made that they actually, well, I don't know exactly how they did it, but they are spying on my internet and phone use. Now, watch this. I guess they're spying on my internet use. I'm not sure if they're spying on my phone use. Now, watch this. Um, so this, now watch this. Um, and these people are kind of open about it. They taunt me openly. Now, watch this. This is on February 15, 2018, okay, at 10:19 a.m. And that's me. That's my email address, jcrosaya@gmail.com. And eom@dc.gov is the mayor's office for Washington, D.C. That's the mayor's office for Washington, D.C. And I wrote the email, why did MedStar steal all that money from the Medicaid program and harm all those enrollees? Now we know that's to do their sick crime to me. Okay, now, and I sent this email, watch this time. So obviously they were monitoring my internet use. This is, look at it, February 15, 2018 at 10:19 a.m. And look at this. February 15 at 10:20 a.m. Okay, that's about a minute away. And that number, see it's being checked at the top. Checked. Okay, it says 410-933-2200. Okay, that is the main number for the MedStar Medicaid program for Washington, D.C. and for Maryland. So this was actually coming from MedStar. So obviously somebody there. Now Medicaid, we know it's a program for the poor. Now instead of giving medical care for the poor, by this one transaction alone, we can see they're sitting at that office, and that's why they used that number. I guess they didn't have any other phones or what, and because they were using a lot of spoof numbers, but I guess the spoof calls takes a little time to assemble. So they just had to call me right away. So since I contacted the mayor's office at 10, watch this again. Since I contacted the mayor's office by email at 10:19 a.m., right? At 10:19 a.m., I contacted the mayor's office, and this was an exhibit with the court. And at 10:20, they couldn't waste even a second. They immediately called me to kind of intimidate me, basically that um, that I guess they can bribe the mayor. So I'm not sure whether the mayor. I'm guessing the mayor's office got it, and they probably bribed the mayor. I mean, that's where the billions of dollars are going. I mean, if you have billions, and I guess most of these people in high office and stuff, they're kind of ready to. They're ready not for a buck, but if you give them a cool million, they're happy, I guess. So I can't show you much of the uh, bizarre phone calls they make to my family. They make 10 kind of crank calls a day to my family, and it's hard to show that here. So the next thing I want to show you is, and this is kind of also, I guess, see, Judge John Mott, this was Exhibit B, and you don't have this in my file because you're hiding it. But these are public documents. They're supposed to be on my file. But if you're a sicko judge who takes a bribe, well, you know. Anyway, so here, and this is what I should, this is like, okay, this is the domain registration information. And see, watch this. Some of the domains that these people registered, right? Well, it's getting blurry here because I put the I made it kind of small. So, boy, but anyway, so let me see if I can get a good angle on this. Here we go. You know, so they have registered so many. Now, like the first one shows, there are 116 domains using one primary, you know, domain company registration, and so we can see, and all together, see, I put this list up. There is, after I reached 1,000, I stopped, right? Okay, because it makes the point. So this is page after page after page. Look how many pages I have. They have, you can go to that site, reverse who's it lookup, view DNS information. And so in this query, so the way they do domain registrations is, you can register even hundreds of domains, but you have to get a primary domain where you have to show your address and stuff, and then you can register multiple domains to that same that's hooked to that same domain. Okay, so but you actually have to pay for each one of these domain registrations. So I'm showing you this, and there's like so many. Once I reached 1,000, I stopped, and this is like page after page. Can you see this? It's a stack. It's a stack, and none of this. I already took out some pages, and it's the stack. And I got to more than 1,000, and I just stopped. But I think there were at least 1,700 altogether. And these are kind of, so let's kind of see. In this one, they registered 19. And this is what they've been doing with Medicaid funds. Okay, they've been coming up with names like this. Here we go. Acclaimedtelevision.com, acclaimedwebsite.com. They just make stuff up. And there are a lot of one, with bubblyreview.com, briskbreaks.com, briefmodel.com, attractiveforum.com. They don't, a lot of them are not, obscene. But we can kind of see they sit cheeryforum.com, and we can kind of see darling. Well, this kind of comes close. It kind of goes darlingworkforce.com, and so they kind of straddle the line, but still they're wasting all this money, using government money to make all this stuff up. And you have to sit there and you have to sit there and you have to think up these things, right? So, well, enchantingtax.com, it's just pure nonsense, but someone sits there and makes this stuff up. There's a whole bunch of these things, and this is kind of, now I can't find in this exactly where, there's ones like showing up like, I am boy toyer. They're all part of the same setup. So, and they kind of, so I had familial bliss. Well, that's kind of, here we go. Here's a couple kind of, familial bliss. and we have familiar families. They're kind of because they kind of advocate, I guess, parents having sex with their children and toddlers and stuff. And so, and this actually, well, there's over 1,000 of these. And okay, and if you look at my first part one, um, if you look at my first one, part one, well, here's one, readyforanyandall.com. So what they say is they're ready to bribe anyone they need, ready for anyone for anyandall.com. And they have over 1,000. And they have, here's one called Parenting Out at Home, Parenthood Navigation. Um, you know, so, but of course, I showed you the most obscene sounding ones and directly coming to the crush fetish and stuff like giant fairies. And here's one, myleg.com. So stupid. I mean, they're sitting around spending Medicaid money to come up with a website registration called myleg.com. Well, that's great if you hit your leg somewhere, myleg.com. But why do you waste Medicaid money for making up nonsense? So this is what they've been doing with. Now, as you can see with this domain name, there's 289 just to this domain name. Well, I guess which domain name was that? It doesn't really show here which search term I used. Okay. angrytyphoon.com. They just come. Astonishing mission. Astonishing mission. That sounds like they're on an astonishing mission. Okay. Well, so they sit there and they're very, I guess they're not really very creative. They're real dimwits, but I guess, if you spend $1 billion of taxpayer money and healthcare funds and Medicaid funds for the poor, well, you can sit and make up all this nonsense. And they have 1,700. And I printed out over 1,000 and I gave it to the court, and the court did not make it available online. See? And okay, so and so now we can kind of move on to some of the ones the court actually well, the first time when I got it in, because I had filed the complaint, what went in with the complaint, that was like a sneak attack on my part, right? And so when I filed my complaint, these things kind of went in at that time. Let me close the blinds, see if I can dim the lights a little bit here. Close the blinds. Okay. And so here, okay, let's see what we got here. I'm trying to see this one here. Okay. So I can get a better view on this one. And see, I think because after Judge Mott took the bribe, the new stuff he didn't put in, so, but the stuff before he took the bribe, when I had just filed the case, these things got in. And I also showed you stuff on the other one, on part one. Okay, so here, okay, here we go. Here's one from that famous Giga Gaggle of theirs. And here it says Bible verse of the day. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourself unto the elder. Now, it doesn't mean, now obviously, they are flipping it over to a sexual connotation. And we can see this. They have gone into the Bible and taken a verse to make it into a sexual connotation. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourself unto the elder. It doesn't mean the younger has to give sex to the elder. So we know these are sickos. And let's see what else I can kind of get on this one. And okay, let's see what shows. I think a lot of them, some of them I already showed you on the other one. Let's see how I started this. When I submitted, here we go. I said, Appendix or Plaintiff's Exhibit A, cryptically obscene and threatening emails. Explained in complaint, primarily in paragraph 117 and 269. Okay. Well, so let me just go through some of them. Some stupid riddles. Gonna waste too much time. And we can kind of see how. Here we go. Here's that. You can read it. The I am boy toyer thing, right? It shows I am boy toyer, right? So I guess this comes to and here the joke. I guess it's a joke. It says this joke will make you laugh, and it starts with dead again, right? And do you know what it means, dead again? That's what they mean, right? They injured me the first time, and they did those sex acts. And what they say is they left that time bomb of injuries where essentially I'll be dead again, right? See, that's what they mean by dead again, because this is the crime they do, which is they injure the first time and do the sex acts, and then you kind of walk out okay, and then you have a time bomb of injuries, and then you're dead again. Okay. And this stupid commercial, I mean, this what do you call it? This stupid email they have, about a funeral service is held for a woman who just passed away. Such nonsense. And read the full joke. Okay. Well, anyway, let me kind of just move on to the next one. See what this one is. Okay. And just after the Las Vegas crime, see the date? November 3, 2017. And it says, time to let your hair down. So, and they're selling Las Vegas vacations. And it's not so clear, the stuff. But anyway, here we go. You can kind of see it's kind of blurred with the court scanning. And so let me see anything else I want. Okay, here's a word of the day. Mavorine, some Irish word or some strange name they kind of made up. And see the definition. And let's see here. See, they went to Concord, Massachusetts, and they registered it to that UPS mailbox store. Okay, and that's how they did a lot of these things. Okay, and here, I think Maureen or whatever means like dear or darling or something. I think that's the definition, Maureen, and then it's okay. I don't know where the continuation of that is. It means dear or darling, and it has something to do with some strange thing, some strange saying where it says, the next time I see you, you'll be dead or something like that. So they have this kind of obsession with being dead the next time. Okay, and here we go. Here we go. Will you be the next winner? Now watch this. Right. See, it says here, will you be the next winner? Crack the egg. And you know how they keep talking about the egg. Will you be the next winner? Crack the egg. And they're talking about my brain. And it says here, see, Amazon, right? Now this is, so I guess they're doing the crush fetish. So they're having that kind of fantasy and they're talking about Amazon. Okay, so it says Amazon, will you be the next winner? Crack the egg, which is my brain. And it says reward inside. So what it says is once you crack my brain, then you can get a reward, I guess. And I guess we know what the reward is. Okay. Anyway, and so it says, will you be the next winner? Which shows a sequence, right? So it actually shows, will you be the next winner, crack the egg. So the first time they cracked the egg, they did this kind of crimes. And then I recovered and they left me with this ticking time bomb of injuries. So the second time around, they're going to crack the egg again, which is kind of that that time bomb of injuries going off. And so we're talking about the next winner. And this is what I point out. This comes in two phases. This comes an initial phase, and then they let you walk out, and then a second phase, the long-term phase. Look at this. Will you be the next winner? Crack the egg, Amazon. Reward insight. And when I click that place, oh, it even says crack. See? The radio bar says crack. And when I clicked that radio bar crack, when it was at the library computer, it goes nowhere. This is just completely bogus. This is something they created on their own as part of their sexual perversion. So there again, we see a different, okay, I think the last one was in Thoreau, Massachusetts. This one is in Watertown, Massachusetts, another UPS mailbox. So here, okay, and here's this word of the days again, hydra, and I guess we know that's water, and that's what they use to injure my brain. And hedonism, yeah, we know that. Let's try to immure. You can check it out. I don't know. I don't want to bother with it now. Titivate. Well, it does have to do with that word tits, and it does have to do with the word titillation. Okay, these people, plutocracy, that I mentioned in my last one. That is what they say is they are part of the government group and they're in charge and they can do whatever the hell they want. Okay. Sun tanner. This is after my skin started burning because of the pituitary gland injury. Costa Rica trip. See, my niece had a Costa Rica vacation. She was really like, I guess, in the 7th grade. It's a school trip. And just after that, obviously, I guess they are checking all of us out. And to taunt that they know that my niece's school trip was to Costa Rica. Just after that, here, they are sending me ads for you want a Costa Rica vacation. Okay. And, well, okay. Hey, they're allowed to send me stuff about funerals and burials. Worried about final expenses? Search for burial insurance. And this one is from Houston, a UPS store in Houston. And this one we saw in the other one, 3 ways you can get screwed buying a retail mattress. Nobody says such a thing when they're trying to sell you a mattress. And then we kind of move up. Let me gotta do this. And okay, it's already too hard. We kind of went over all this before. Swimsuits for all and okay. I think we're back to where we started, right? And oh, Shivu. I think that's like a big party. So they come up with this word Shivu. What they say is they're having a party. Okay. Like it, put a ring on it. Okay, well, there's some degree of sexual connotation. And this strange thing to the crush fetish, animal health insurance, coming from giantfairies.com. And it says, are your fur babies protected? Who says, are your fur babies protected? Such ridiculous stuff. Okay.